Tonight's DJNTV show is sponsored in part by Electro Voice, DJ Event Planner, ADJ, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, Numark, and DJNTV Insiders.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of DraxBytes. I'm Drax. I'll be your host. Tonight, we're going to talk about the infamous model clause. A lot of DJs and a lot of photographers / photo boothers use a model release clause in their contracts. First of all, understand that this is baloney. No person can engage you in a service and extend a model release or a photographic release for all the people that attend the event. It's impossible because they don't have the ability as the client to waive the rights of other people. The exception is if it's a public event, like it's at a shopping mall, whatever have you, that's a public event. However, if you were taking video or pictures. However, if they were then to be in your photo booth, you would have to consider that that photo booth is now a semi-private thing. They expect to take their picture and they expect to get their picture. They don't expect to see it on your Facebook page. You could put a sign out front of it saying, if you use this booth, I have the right to publish your image and pictures anywhere I want, advertising, social media, and that's completely legit. You'll see film companies do that all the time when they're shooting movies in various parts of town. That part's legitimate. But I got to tell you, if you're hired by somebody to go provide photo booth at their wedding, they're going to be really turned off when there's a sign outside the booth that says using the booth is subject to the terms that I can take your pictures and put them anywhere I want and do anything I want with them. Just so you know, that's not a good idea. People are paying you for a service. You're being paid to bring your photo booth there. You're not being paid to use them in your marketing or other materials. Now, you could have some model releases and ask some people that were in line or that had their picture taken, because they were great images, if you could have permission to use them in your promotional materials. You see, the key there is you're asking permission to use their images because they're ultimately theirs. You know, you can get into the whole photographer owns the image. That's largely not really true. It's not implied to a consumer at a party that a photo booth is taken and somebody owns that image but them, that they have forfeited their rights to their image. And just so you know, I've run this by our attorney, who is a really good intellectual property rights attorney and privacy rights attorney. Privacy is really big in the world today right now with the whole Facebook thing. So we thought we'd examine and explore this. Ultimately, here's the deal. Model releases and contracts, really no good, because another person cannot extend a waiver of liability or a waiver of permission to you from someone else. That would be like the client signing a contract that if somebody trips on your equipment, trips over your photo booth, trips over a tripod, and is injured, that the client could waive their right to sue. Doesn't happen. No one can waive the rights of anyone else unless they are a lawful guardian, a legal guardian that has been appointed by the court to be such. So again, when you're doing proms or doing school events, you need to be very cognizant of this. Those images of children can be very sensitive. And it could be such that there's a child with a divorced parent that has moved to another part of the country to escape an abusive relationship. Putting that picture on the internet could put that child at risk, because you can take a picture now, put it up at Google and have it search for any image that matches it. And you can basically find where people are by where that picture was. So just a little bit more about copyright and things, and the infamous model release in the contract. Don't do it. If you are going to do it, put big signs like 24 by 36 signs that clearly say use of this photo booth or attending this event gives XYZ company the right to take your picture, to video you, and to use it however we see fit. But I would generally say be prepared for a storm, because one will happen. Even if you had the sign at the door or on the booth, they can say they'd had too much alcohol, we're oblivious to your sign, we're unaware of it. It's best just to remember what you are. You're hired as a photo booth to make a great experience. It's fun, and everybody leaves with their strips. And yes, you can put them up on a private place like Smug Mug where people could get their pictures. But again, that's a little tenuous in the rights of giving anyone that was at the party access to anyone else's pictures. So it's definitely something you want to have a chat with your own lawyer about. I err on the side of I don't give pictures out. If people want pictures, they can ask for them and be given them. That's kind of my take on it. Anyway, put your comments down below. We hope to see you next week on DraxBytes. Reach us out on Facebook at Hugo Drax or 480JA or the Photo Booth Association, or you can reach us online at thephotoboothassociation.com, adja.org, or you can reach us out at any of the phone numbers, any of the vehicles. We've got more ways to connect because we want to help you to build and grow your business. So until next time, this is Drax. Have a great one.